very good evening, viewers. You're watching NewsX. I'm Kriti Mehta. Now, Gurudwara Sri Guru Singh Sabha Sahib in Farrukhabad near Lahore was torn down on the night of June 24. Its dome completely brought down earlier in an alleged property grab. A local businessman carried out the demolition without the required permit. Authorities took no action until Sikhs staged protests, and the demolition only stopped once the community intervened. Now, India has strongly condemned the act. The MEA called it a targeted act of vandalism, criticizing the silence of local authorities and Pakistan's Evacuee Trust Property Board. Spokesperson Randhir Jaiswal called it part of a continuing pattern against religious minorities in Pakistan. India has demanded investigation, prosecution and swift restoration of the shrine and pressed Pakistan to protect its minorities and end religious intolerism. Now, this isn't isolated. In 2019, a Sikh woman, Jagjit Kaur, was allegedly abducted and forcibly converted in Nankana Sahib, sparking a mob attack on her Gurudwara in 2020. In 2023, Peshawar saw targeted killings of Sikh shopkeepers Manmohan Singh and Dayal Singh, plus the deaths and the threats to others. Just last month, an elderly Sikh couple, Gurudwara caretakers, were shot dead in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. Of nearly 200 historic shrines once reported, only 21 remain functional today. This fits a larger pattern flagged internationally. Open Doors has ranked Pakistan 8th worldwide for persecution of Christians. USCIRF has urged the US to redesignate it a country of particular concern. Freedom House rates it only partly free, citing failure to stop violence and misuse of blasphemy laws. UN experts have separately carried out Pakistan and called it out for widespread impunity against Ahmadis, Hindus, Christians and Sikhs alike. Now, joining me in this discussion are Harinder Singh Sika, who is author and activist. I also have with me in the discussion Ambassador Bhaswati Mukherjee, former diplomat. Surinder Singh Lali is joining us as our foreign affairs expert, and Commodore DSO, the former Indian Navy officer. I want to start with the author and activist Harinder Singh Sika ji, sir, and all our panelists. Thank you very much for joining us. Sir, in your writings or research, what patterns do you see in the targeting of Sikh sites and individuals in Pakistan, from Taliban era beheadings and forced conversions in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa to the more recent incidents like the 2026 recent killing of an elderly Sikh couple in Gurudwara?
Let's begin with very simple things. What is Pakistani strength? One is that past partition in 47, 20 lakh Hindus and Sikhs were butchered. They knew nothing will happen to them. Nothing happened. Why? Because M.K. Gandhi, so-called Mahatma, had made a statement that if they kill you, you better get killed, but don't react. Since then, that foundation was built. What is it that Pakistanis have done against us, and we have done anything in opposition? When the Liaquat Ali Khan Nehru thing tied up and Hindus girls were to be sent back and Muslims were to sent back to Pakistan, the Hindu girls and Sikh girls, women, suffered torture of no end. Nothing happened. Come to the new era. Khalistanis. They have compromised Khalistanis, and how? The drug trade, the liquor trade, Gurdwaras in some parts of India and most parts of overseas, Canada, London, they are lit with all kinds of terrorist photographs, not Guru Nanak Ji's photographs and not Guru Gobind Singh Ji's. Their priority has shifted base. So who are they worshipping? They have gone to that level. That means they will bother what Pakistan is doing. They're living on their drug fund. Hindu girls and Hindus and Sikhs, girls in Pakistan are being kidnapped en masse. What happens? Where is the government? Where is the United Nations? Where are the nations who have ever spoken. The population has gone down from some 10-12% to now under 1%. What have we done about it? Nothing. What has United Nations done about it? Nothing. You know, um, most of the people enjoy liquor and drugged. In Punjab alone, some say 200 drones come in. 50% of them get away scot-free, 10-20% go waste here and there, and remaining gets used where? 12,000 villages in Punjab, all 12,000 are drugged. 20 to 25 students have died in each village. What have we done about it? They started when Akalis were in power, when Badals were in power. What have we done about it? Nothing. Okay, people in Punjab are so in such a deep slumber. They will vote Congress, which divided India, which divided Sikhs. Sikhs are not supposed to be low caste, high caste, but today all kinds of castes are there. Ramgadiyas, Jats, Bapas, this Sikhs, that Sikhs. Guru Nanak never made it like that. Okay, then comes Aam Aadmi Party. We select beyond while not looking beyond our nose. Okay, uh, we are divided at the hands of Congress en masse, and and then finally comes a wonderful statement by this Aman Ki Asha gang, which says that we should have a talk, peace talk with Pakis.
Yeah.
Beg your pardon. I'll give you just one case out of those 61 people who have been named over there. There's a lady by the name, I can't call her a lady by the way, Lalita Ramdas, wife of Admiral Ramdas. Admiral Ramdas became Admiral, the Chief of the Naval Staff, despite the fact that that their daughter, Admiral Ramdas's and Lalita's daughter, had married Zulfikar Ahmed, who's son of an ISI agent. And he was the Navy chief. Who is Lalita and Kavita and Admiral Ramdas supported? Soros funds. Who was the CEO of Soros funds? Kavita Ramdas, the daughter of Admiral Ramdas. You don't need to question Pakistan, for God's sake. Look at your own inside first. We have sold our souls. We have sleeper cells over here en masse, and Pakistan government knows we are good for nothing. So if all this is developing, they're breaking one Gurdwara. All the temples have already been broken. Who the hell cares there? Nobody. They say we have stopped their water and they're making hula hoo. Millions of girls and women have died, tortured, raped. What have we done about it? What has Congress done in 60? Kasab was from there. You see, we should be acting. Yes. More importantly, we should be seen acting against them. No. This Operation Ops Sindoor must happen once too often.
Yes.
They should be
Do
taught a
you
lesson.
have any personal or familiar stories of displacement, extortion, jizya demands, or resilience that you've encountered from Pakistani Sikh families?
Yes. While writing the film Razi, I went twice to Pakistan. I met many people who were living there because they could not leave Pakistan. They turned Muslims, but heart to heart, they still follow be it Bhagavad Gita or be it Guru Granth Sahib. And heart to heart, they are die-hard Indians first, but they various engagements, various problems, and so on and so forth. And we learned a whole lot of things from them. How Sehmat was helped by certain people over there, which I'll not like to discuss. There are all kinds of people. Now today that Pakistan is divided because of their own internal conflict. Army has no laws, unlike India, where army better behave and be in a discipline of the government. Over there, they are the government, and army is the one which is backing this businessman to break this Gurdwara, this temple. One Ganeshji's temple, when I was visiting there, they put it in a very most pathetic place where all kinds of shit was going on, but they don't care. You do that over here, Islam khatre mein aa jata hai. We need to act. This talk will not do. this Aman Ki Asha people, gang so-called, and especially people like who on the board, not on the board, CEO of Soros company, her father, admiral, becomes admiral. How low are we stooping? Why are we not taking action on those people who made these traitors the chief of Navy staff? Are you? Let me share you something else. During Ramdas time, all spare parts for submarines was delayed, stopped. We had submarines which had become dead ducks. You're talking of a Gurdwara breaking? First of all, sort your own house, for God's sake. Our house is crumbling because you go to Kerala, look amount of jihadis which are entering or putting fundings here and there. It's a long task. Fortunately, we have this beautiful government. One in number, Prime Minister Modi is sorting it out. But you expect everything to be sorted out of him? Everything? In 10 years, what have we achieved is like nobody's business. Yet, have you ever heard Mr. Pappu? I think his name is some Rahul Gandhi. Has he ever squeaked, forget about talk, against Pakistan? So these are the faults that we have. We have to set up our house first. We have to put our house in order. And if we cannot, then don't crib about a Gurdwara and a mandir being broken. We have broken our heart ourselves by not reacting.
Right. Mr. Sikha, do you think Pakistan's treatment of its Sikh minority, is it any different from how it treats other minority groups? Whether we talk about its handling of, other Christians or Hindus, and does this fit into a pattern that influences its global diplomatic standing?
My belief is like what I learned in Pakistan in those 2-3 trips was that they are very scared of Sikhs. They battle cry and they know that what Sikhs have done in the past to them. So when they kidnap a Sikh girl, they pay as much as 10 lakhs in India. And a Hindu girl is 1 or 2 lakhs lesser, but no less. They are enamored or scared. So one of the easiest way was to defeat India was to maim Sikhs. What they did was a fantastic thing as per them. They supplied en masse the drugs. As I said, 12,000 villages, over 12,000 villages, all are drugged today. And it began during Sukhbir Singh Badal's tenure. Is it possible that all the cities, all the villages will be drugged without the approval or tacit permission of the government of the day? No. We have sold our souls for peanuts, for money. That patriotism, which is on display in armed forces, is missing or getting lower and lower by standards. We need to act and act quickly. The people of Punjab must learn from this message that if they are willing to break Gurdwaras and breaking en masse, they are not your friends. And those supporting these people who are destroying Gurdwaras and everything else cannot be building Punjab. So do not vote for these people like Mr. Maan. Recently, he defecated or did some abusive thing for the Granth Sahib on the Granth Sahib, and then he said, "Oh, it is AI." It is not AI. It is your mentality. You are drunk anyhow, and still people vote for him. Still people vote for this Congress, which has damaged this country and Punjab as how? Who will forget Operation Blue Star and still you vote for this party? We are not talking political here.
Missions or international observers push for greater access to monitor these Sikh shrines in Pakistan, similar to the mechanisms that are used for other heritage or minority protections globally.
A Gurdwara, which is a functional Gurdwara, is not a heritage monument. It is a religious monument for practicing Sikhs, and the government of the day, in whichever country it is situated, is obliged to protect that Gurdwara fully. In this particular case, this is a 125-year-old fully functional Gurdwara, which was destroyed by a local businessman without a no objection certificate, without the rules already in Pakistan. But the point here is that there is no point in asking the UN, for instance, because referring to the UN, to go and monitor heritage sites when it's a fact that minorities are not safe in Pakistan at all, as has been pointed out by our co-panelists. And for that matter, the blasphemy laws which you referred to earlier, blasphemy laws are a violation of the International Covenant of Civil and Political Rights, to which Pakistan is a state party. You are not, in Pakistan's case, blasphemy laws are used routinely to give death penalty to Sikhs, to Christians, a very small percentage, 0.05% of Hindus, the rest of all left, negligible, in contrast to our country, where they have grown and blossomed because our laws are different. So these blasphemy laws are just utilized. Let's say your neighbor wants your property. All he can say is that I heard my neighbor saying something against the Quran, and that person will be executed, and then he can get the property. So just like bringing down the Gurdwara, the blasphemy laws are used for personal vindictive reasons against minorities. As far as what India can do or not do is concerned, we have done our best when we did Op Sindoor to explain to this neighbor of ours that under Prime Minister Modi and his government, it is not business as usual. We will not tolerate it. In the case of Pahalgam, people of a particular religion were singled out, they were verified, and their men folk were killed in front of their wife or daughter. It was a crime, a completely heinous crime, which many people in the West who are very hot on human rights did not condemn with the same vigor as they would have if we had done that to our neighbor, which we never would, because we are a country under rule of law. So here the point is, I agree with our co-panelists that there is a certain double standard in the West, but we have to not think about the West, we have to think about what suits India best. And what suits India best is to send a strong signal that such attacks on religious institutions belonging to minorities, like this 125-year-old Gurdwara, is not acceptable to India. And they better watch out, because otherwise they'll be in trouble. That is the signal we have to send. And in any case, very soon, unfortunately, there will be even fewer minorities living in Pakistan, because most of them have exited Pakistan, those who can, and those who haven't have been forced to convert. It's as simple as that. Because you want to survive, you want to escape the blasphemy law. If they use the blasphemy law against you, they'll tell you when you're awaiting a death sentence. You can survive, convert immediately this morning. You convert to save your life. So it's a very difficult situation. And in this particular case, the strong statement emanating from Delhi sends out also a very strong signal to these so-called peaceniks who are advocating that we should make peace with those who want to destroy us. That is a completely wrong thing to do. I am completely for peace. I am completely for good neighborly relations, but only if the signal goes at the right time. If the signal goes now, it's a signal of weakness. And these peaceniks are pushing for it because of our putting aside the Indus Water Treaty, which is finally beginning to affect and impact what matters to Pakistan, which is Pakistan Punjab. The only thing that matters to Pakistan is the Punjab part of Pakistan. They don't care about the other parts of Pakistan at all, which is how Bangladesh was created in the first place. So now that it's hitting them, now the rains will come. We used to give them advance warning, also about excess water. All that has stopped. Now suddenly you find these peaceniks on both sides, some of them with very dubious reputation, as pointed out by our co-panelists. I agree with them because I know that family also myself. and I'm sure that our colleagues from the Navy would also know. Very, very, very dubious reputation. So I don't want to go any further. So I'm just saying that these signals are all wrong. This time to be absolutely firm and say we insist on the safety and security of the minorities, and in this particular case, because they've been singled out, or the Sikh minority in Pakistan, and the kind of war that they are waging through drones on Indian Punjab is also very unfortunate, particularly as far as the drones carrying drugs are concerned. More than the liquor, it's the drugs. The drugs are very, very dangerous. The drugs, they want to finish off the young people in Punjab through these drugs.
Yes. And even today we've had an incident where this attempt has been failed. They were getting drunks from across the border and planning a terror attack in Delhi. 4 of them have been arrested from Punjab in India. Mr. Lali, I want to come to you now. As far as the declining population of Sikhs is concerned in Pakistan, do you think the international community, including UN bodies, human rights organizations, they've done enough in addressing this?
Thank you, Kriti. Kriti, I have been over 5 times to Pakistan, and if on the basis of my trips to Pakistan, allow me to declutter or demystify what the rogue military state of Pakistan is. I don't think it's a nation. It was something that came into formation only because of that pathological hatred for the youth and the Hanud. The Hanud being the Jewish and the youth being us. Pakistan, Kriti, according to me, is not just in a political or a financial crisis. They have an identity crisis because they're doing everything under the sun to run away from their Sanatani roots. I mean, the Shias often claim that we're from Iran and the Sunnis from their Arab. I'm sorry, I'll pay for your DNA testing. You're all Sanatanis. You all were converted before the Sikhs as an army came into existence, and that is what Bangladesh or Pakistan or the Muslims in India are. Pakistan was always wanted to create a falsehood of Islamic victimhood by the Hindus and the Sikhs. And the Sikhs they find more easily to approach because the partition, when it happened, 65% Punjab went to them and 35% came to us. So of course 67% of Pakistan and Pakistan Army is Punjab. So they find Sikhs as more approachable in order for them to get back on or to India for Bangladesh and for their pathological hatred for us as Hindus. They are not even 10% the size of the economy, but I don't know what alcohol or what do they consume to ever think that they can compete with India. In 2012-13, I did a project called From the Punjab to the Punjab. So I wanted to cover all the Gurdwaras, and there are over 220 Gurdwaras just in and around Lahore. So I, hired a local company from there, and we started shooting. So I shot about 15 Gurdwaras in 2 days. But on the second day, the Rangers, the ISI, and the ETPB, which you call the Evacuation Trust Property Board, they are the ones who manage all the Gurdwaras cable. And to my horror, places where our gurus had given their lives only because they stood for their principles and morality. What was inside those Gurdwaras? A welding unit, cows tied in one, a tailor, and on top of that, how ironical it can get, a barber shop. So they took away all my footage because that footage would make them look rightfully so horribly miserable about their dismal record on the way they treat the minorities. So Pakistan for the longest time only survives on their hatred for the Hindus. I mean, even if that so-called field marshal, I don't know what they call him or where he got those medals on. I don't know what Ludo or Gulli Danda that he played. They've lost all the wars, but why do they have so many medals? But that's his argument.
Okay. Commodore Suli, I want to come to you also as well. We're running short on time. Unfortunately, I want to come to you very quickly. Commodore, to what extent are these attacks on Sikhs in Pakistan, whether ISK or Taliban linked killings, in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa driven by Islamist militant groups versus local societal intolerance or ISI, and how capable is the Pakistani state of securing remote or border Gurudwaras?
Kriti, first of all, good evening to all my co-panelists. Well, all I have to say is, when we are talking about this 125-year-old Gurdwara, it is an historical Gurdwara which has been, associated with the Sikh Sabha movement. Even if it was not so, when we say a Gurdwara, a Gurdwara Sahib is a place where Shri Guru Granth Sahib is installed. So the fact that demolition has been done in a place where Shri Guru Granth Sahib was installed, that is condemnable. And, it's a very sad state of affairs. So far as Pakistan is concerned, there was a stage when Pakistan played the sentiments of the Sikhs, linking Khalistan movement at that time and trying to support the Sikhs. The things are very clear to all of us that how Pakistan has been treating the Sikhs in Pakistan. And the international community should take a note of this. The act which has happened with regard to demolition of this Gurdwara, it is not only an isolated case. There are a number of cases which have been happening in Pakistan where the conversions are taking place, atrocities are being done on the Sikhs. So with this, one can say that as of today, my co-panelists have talked about, the so-called movement where there are people who are talking about having a handshake with Pakistan, talking to Pakistan, and trying to resolve things by talking to Pakistan. So it is a message for them also to know that what is the intent of the Pakistan. Is this the right time to talk to Pakistan? The way the activities are being done in Pakistan against the minorities, why don't we take note of them first? So many things are there, Kriti, one can talk about. You spoke about as to what is happening even in Afghanistan with regard to Pakistan. We have also seen in the past that when things were wrong in Afghanistan, that time, we were able to get Shri Guru Granth Sahib back to Delhi, and it was brought to Delhi in a very wonderful way that time. But when we talk of a rogue nation like Pakistan, there's nothing much to talk about this nation because they don't know what they are doing to their own people. You have seen the statements of their so-called Defense Minister Khwaja when he spoke about Amirpur and other Rawalakot, the people of that place, totally disasserting themselves with them. So all I have to say is that yes, this act which has happened in Pakistan is condemnable, and we have to take note of this. Not only us, the international community should take note of this.
Yeah.
And we have to be careful, and we have to be. One thing is very clear about the intent of Pakistan, their stated policy towards India, bleeding India with 1,000 cuts. We have to keep all this in mind. And yes, we have to ensure that in the right forum, like the UN or other, like even America should take note of this as to what is being done by the Pakistan to the minorities in Pakistan.
Right.
So I think with that I will end. All I have to say is very unfortunate, condemnable, and so sad that this rogue country doesn't care about the human mankind and about the minorities.
Yes, absolutely. Running short on time. That's all I have time for this discussion. Thank you all for joining.